was at work recently and a white man asked me why more black women didn't wear their hair natural. And it made me think about this show I saw, E's Fashion Police, that was being co-hosted by NeNe Leakes of the Housewives of Atlanta fame, where she was asked to give her opinion as to the worst look showing up on some red carpet event. Now, NeNe said that her choice for the worst look was this white actress with an updo hairstyle that was a little loose and free, for lack of a better description. And I have to admit, I didn't think that the hairstyle was the most stunning thing I'd ever seen. But Miss Leakes gave it 2 thumbs down because, in her words, it was horrible and reminded her of an afro. Ugh. And she'd been there, done that, and so no. That's exactly how she said it, people. Now, for those of you that didn't see the show, let me just give you the visual here. She's saying all this as she sits there donning this bleached blonde, bone straight lace front, or better still, a bag wig hanging down the middle of her back, while at the same time turning her nose up about a hairstyle that is not only stunningly beautiful, but the crowning glory of some of the baddest sisters that has ever been in the movies or on television. You remember Pam Grier as Foxy Brown and Tamara Dobson as Cleopatra Jones. And then she just declares to the world that once again, we really have a problem with ourselves. I don't get it. I ain't gonna lie, I just don't get it. I have had white women come up to me in a restaurant, and matter of fact, this one lady I remember specifically, she was staring, and she comes over and she says, "I love your afro, and I wish black women would go back to wearing their hair natural because it is so beautiful." I know some of you are gonna say, come on, Tanya, people just like what they like, but many times that's just not true. Most of the time, you like what you're programmed to like. And if you're a person who can easily be swayed by others and the opinion of others, you may even end up drinking the Kool-Aid. Make no mistake about it, people. There's a reason why commercial spots can run into the millions for a 30-second spot. They get it. But us having this kind of self-loathing, or at the very least lack of self-love, has far-reaching and deeper psychological ramifications. We can take Michael Jackson. He had the disease vertigo, and I know because my cousin had the same disease too. So the deliberate acceleration of the lightening of his skin in his line of work was somewhat understandable. But the chin implants and the constant nose surgeries to thin out the nose that ended up destroying his looks had more to do with a much deeper problem than a skin disease. And this is a man considered to be the greatest entertainer in the world, who still somehow felt he wasn't good looking enough just as he was, just as that fabulously talented lead singer of the Jackson 5, all who sported the baddest afros going. Like my cousin Melissa said, it's a soul problem because it causes you to change who you are, not only on the outside, but to your core. I wanted to cry recently when I saw little Kim, who I thought was such a beautiful black woman, who is all but unrecognizable now, admitting that the men she dated never thought she was pretty enough. And that's sad, sad. Even a woman like Beyonce, in her video Lemonade, suggests that she recognizes what a lot of sisters know to be true. The possibility that the cheating husband or boyfriend may be looking for something more than she has, the Becky with the good NeNe hair. What is it gonna take? What is it going to take, people? Is it going to take 400 more years for us to be deprogrammed as to how we think about ourselves? It's not Lupita and Nyong'o and Iman and Halle Berry and Beverly Johnson and Oprah and the hundreds of other black women who show us what black beauty really looks like enough. I'm just hoping. I'm hoping that we see the last of the face altering and the skin lightening and the soul searing, disfiguring craziness that is plaguing our people. I mean, really. But you know what? The spill says this: to those of us who can, who have the platform to do it, let's empower, let's embolden, let's uplift, let's validate, let's affirm the God-given values, abilities, worth, and beauty of our young girls. They have enough negativity to deal with and obstacles to overcome as women, and specifically as black women, without having a woman who looks like them chiming in and reaffirming what is already constantly being drilled into their psyche. And you know what? If NeNe Leakes and the NeNe Leakses of the world don't feel an obligation to be a role model to their own sisters, that's okay. That's okay. But they also shouldn't feel the necessity to be a part of a system that tears down our young women. Some people are probably thinking, Tanya, come on, it's just someone's personal preference. Don't be deceived, people. It's deeper than not liking a hairstyle, in my opinion. Because she could have just as easily expressed her dislike of an unkempt look without going that extra mile, without feeling the need to make that extra effort to equate ugly with a style completely unique to black people, black girls. Come on, NeNe. Could we be just a little more socially conscious? This kind of demeaning cultural rhetoric screams so much more about who you are than it does a bad hair day. What it says to me, apart from what I've expressed in my truth, is that some people just really don't need anything close to fortune or fame.